All right, guys. We are live in the building for another episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, and we're about to jump right into this thing, man, as we always do. We're going to wait a few moments to allow a few of you guys to get up in here. We'll do the shout-outs like we always do. And there you have it, and we'll dive right into some of this information, man. I'm going to show you some film study tonight. I'm also going to talk about the current state of the Steelers. And you know what we're probably going to have to do if we have any chance of getting a victory, excuse me, against those Chargers. Will be tough, but we'll talk about that. So let's go ahead and get started here in just a moment. Give me a moment, guys, to sip some water. Excuse me. And I also want to let you guys know as well, man, that you're going to hear some background noise tonight. You know, I have my son with me, my little 6-year-old. My wife is not here. He's upstairs. You probably hear it. He's watching Good Burger. Yeah, go figure. He's watching Good Burger. So let me know if you guys can hear the background noise. If you can, you know, I might close the door a little bit, but you know, listen, family first. I want to be able to hear him. He's right above me. It is what it is. But all right, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Give me just a hot second here, man. Let me pull up the list and give a shout out to a few of you good folks. So, all right, man, shout outs to, who do we have here? Michael Garman, Daredevil, Y Diggy, Ed Poe, Vista Light, Vargas Brown, Solarverse 6, Jason Winningham, Fun Guy, Patrick Covington Jr., Reggie Carter, Verducci Man, Eli Coolin, Garen Williamson, Clifton Millender, Luis D, my brother Tony, Droz is in the building, Smitty in the building, Jalen Smith, Jordan Mid, and good brother Kenyon is in the building, and the lady of the chat, guys, Debbie is in the building. Everybody say hello to Debbie. You guys may remember one of the few weeks ago when Debbie came on, she actually called and she advised us that, you know, some things have been a little different, a little difficult. So we're glad to see Debbie back. So guys, make sure you guys wish her well. I don't know if the circumstance has changed or not, but either way, we're going to wish her well. But all right, man, let's go ahead and get started, man. As you can tell, guys, I've already sent out the link. So you guys don't have to deal with me fumbling with that much longer. Only thing I'm doing now is just bringing up a few more pieces of my notes, and we'll go ahead and dive right into this thing. So, where do we want to begin, man? I don't know if we want to begin with the current state or if we want to begin with some film study. I guess we'll begin with some film study, man. You know, first and foremost, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. I got my notations here. I'm trying to be better with time and things like that, man. I just want to get to the content. So I've actually gone through and I've picked out a few plays that I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays, 9 as a bonus, which will be the first play. And we'll be in and out with that. Hopefully the phone queue is working, guys. I don't know. You know, I've talked to Blog Talk. They say that they're still all over that. They're working on it. So what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to go ahead and say it again tonight, right now, before we get started with the calls. To make it work, what you're going to have to do if you call in, and if you cannot hear me on the phone, if you can't hear me physically on the phone, when you hear the word unmuted, just start talking. We can hear you in the stream. I can hear you. The problem with Blog Talk and their programming or whatever is going on with their code, the issue is relaying back to you guys. You're unable to hear me via phone, but I'm able to hear you. So that's how we're going to play it. And shout outs to Still Gunplay who gave us that suggestion back on Sunday. So that's how we're going to play it. So we'll see how that goes when we get to the call segment. So, all right, man, let's go ahead and pull up some plays here. See what we got. Okay, so the first thing we're going to take a look at here. Very first play, actually. We're going to look at the very first play. And some of you guys might say, well, why are we looking at the very first play? Well, I'm going to show you why. Let's go ahead and unpause this. And let's take a look at what happens here on the kickoff. We all know our kick return and our punt return game hasn't been good. And after looking and scouring through a lot of this footage, guys, a lot of it has to do with blocking. Look at that. Look at that. Let's look at that again from this angle. And then we're going to break it down from the end zone angle. Let's look at that play again. Let me get to it here, man. Sometimes the coach camera stuff will freeze on you. Here we go. So pay attention to the lack of blocking here. Then we're really gonna break it down. And look at that guy who is streaming down the field. Guess who that is? You guessed it. LJ Fort. Being a special teams demon as he's been for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now let's look at this in slow motion, okay? I want you to pay attention to what happens in this area here, okay? Pay attention to what's gonna happen in this area. Let's look at it here. Slow motion. All right, so everything is starting to get jumbled up, and we're going to pause it right about here. Right here, if you guys can see me doing that circular motion with the cursor. That's LJ Fort, okay? I'm going to back it up just a touch. Just a touch. And look at how this forms. So here they come. Then look at who hits who. So he's going to get this guy. He's going to get that guy. And this is Ulysses Gilbert. UG3. Attempting to block LJ Fort. Pay attention. Look at what happens here. Whoever that is right there, I can't see the number. I think it's 38. I want to say that's Jalen Samuels. These two guys kind of converge on the same guy, right? And there's a third man converging on him. So look at what happens now. Check this out. There's three people right here on number 32. Gilbert gets beat by LJ Fort. And again, like I said, LJ Fort is a great special teamer. We know that. And he's able to bust right through and make the tackle. But look at all of this green grass over here. All of this green grass. If and only if LJ Fort could have been held up. Everybody else is accounted for. We got a seal right here for the most part, right? So it comes down to something very simple as the way players are blocking or scheme, but I don't think I can put it on the scheme right here. Now, I don't know everyone's assignment, but looking at what actually happened here, you ended up with three people here, right? And maybe if three people didn't converge there, maybe one of these guys could have helped out with Fort. And maybe that gives Holton enough time with his speed to get around the edge. Let's proceed. As you can see, he's trying to get there. But LJ Fort is able to get just enough of him. But look at all of this green grass, and he only has Justin Tucker there. So that's going to be a pretty decent return. Missed opportunity. So let's move on. We're going to look at 1st and 10, excuse me, from the Pittsburgh 12 with 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Let's take a look at that. Let's find that play. 1st and 10, 7-12. Where is it? 1st and 10. Oh, I'm sorry. 1st and 10 from the Pittsburgh 12, but it was 7 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. Here it is. All right, let's take a look. This is our second possession in case you guys don't remember. Excuse me, guys. I got a little mucus going on. Let's start this over. I want you guys to see what happened here. Silly stuff by Randy Fichtner, man. Why are we running this type of play? Here we now. Just remember, if you guys remember how the first play went, right? We came out, we tried to run Wildcat, didn't work. We did some basic runs, and we didn't do anything on that first possession. Then we come back to it here. This is the second possession, and we come right back to it again. But here's what I want to show you. Let's pause this. Actually, let's put it in slow-mo. Watch this. Look at this. Okay, pause it here. Where's the payoff? Where's the payoff? There's only one guy here, James Conner over here. Look at the route that James Washington is running. Let's keep it moving a little bit. Look at this. That's only a 4 or 5 yard attempt, even if he catches it. And as we know, let's keep it moving. He doesn't catch it because Jalen Samuels overthrows it and the defense catches it. Why do you run that on your own 12-yard line when you know good and daggone well that the Ravens are going to be looking for this Wildcat that we just ran successfully against the Bengals? Let's look at it again in slow motion. This was a disaster waiting to happen, and it happened. Disaster waiting to happen. Good play by Judon right there to push James Washington off of his route. James Washington looked for the ball late. The ball is overthrown, intercepted in your own territory. And just like that, the Baltimore Ravens have a lead on you. Like I said, Randy Fiedner opened it up a little bit later, but guys, we got to be critical of the times that we need to be critical. All right, so let's move on. Let's find another play for you guys. Let's pause this one. 1st and 10 on the Baltimore 41 with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. Let's get to that play. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Take a look. Wait, this ain't it. That's not the play. It must be the play after that. Give me a second. That's not the play. I'm not sure. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. It's the play right after that. So I just copied down. I copied down the wrong time or whatever. So what we're looking at here, guys, let me pause it so y'all know. 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 35, actually. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. Steelers get themselves back in the game, but I'm going to put this in slow motion. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of this play this year, okay? You saw it to Deontay Johnson, and Juju Smith-Schuster last week against the Bengals. This past Sunday, here's the same play again with Juju, and I believe that's Deontay Johnson running it the other way, right? If you remember, yeah, that's Deontay Johnson. If you remember in that game against Cincinnati, Juju was at the top. And Juju was at the bottom. Johnson was at the top. This would have been Deontay Johnson coming across. You find him for a touchdown. Now, here's the interesting thing. That play has worked successfully in 2 consecutive weeks. Touchdown. Juju being a man right here. Boom. Able to get the touchdown. What else happens here? Because of this route puts a huge conflict on the defenders. Let me show it to you again. Slow motion. See, they're conflicted. Look, they're running into each other and everything. Let me show it to you here. Look. He tries to jam Johnson. And number 24 is going to run slam into his man. But the funny thing is we picked our own players. Juju and Johnson ran into each other, so they created a pick by hitting themselves instead of picking the defender, if you will. Comes open, we get a touchdown. Why is this another key moment? Because look at what Humphrey is doing, which Juju said he had been trying to do all game. Look at that. Trying to knock the ball out. He's been trying to do that all game, Juju said. He should have known it was coming in overtime. Unfortunately, we wasn't ready to defend it. We fumbled the ball away. And there goes any chance of the Steelers winning the game. Let's move on to the second quarter. We're going to look at 2nd and 9 on the Pittsburgh 41. Let's see what happened there. Second quarter, 2nd and 9. 8 minutes and 52 seconds left. Let's find that play. Let me go to second quarter. Here we go. Now, the reason why I'm showing you guys this play, you'll see here in just a moment. Well, it might have been the next one. Hold on. Bear with me. Hold on. Do I got the right play? I'm telling you, man, this coaching film gets awkward sometimes, man. Let's go back to the second quarter. I think it's here. Incomplete. Second and 9 for the Pittsburgh 41, 8:52. I don't know why I'm showing this play, to be honest with you. I took the notations, but I'm not sure why I have it here. So let me go down to this 2nd and 1. 5 minutes and 53 seconds left. Got to do a better job, man, with my notes and remind myself why I'm showing a certain play, because I cannot recall it right now. Let's look at this one. Why are we running that again? Why are we running this again? This is the second quarter. Look where we at. We're going to run this again. Why? Why do we keep mixing in the Wildcat? Now, listen, I understand you're trying to get something to work, but Baltimore was all over it. It hasn't worked all game. You already threw an interception from this formation. Why would you try this again? And look at the penetration. It was 2nd and 1 right here, folks. 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1 from the 7-yard line. Now, why is that important? Because on the next play, look at what happens. Now you pushed all the way back to the 12. And look what happens. Ramon Foster gets beat. We give up the sack. See that? Force the field goal. Force the field goal. Missed opportunities, guys. Missed opportunities. So let's look at another play here. Only a few more. Only a few more. Speaking of missed opportunities, we're going to look at 3rd and 10. Also in this quarter. Also in this quarter. With 1 minute and 52 seconds left. If I got this right. Let me see. Yes, 1 minute and 52 seconds. Look at this. Look at this. Missed opportunity. I thought Mason Rudolph did a good job at navigating the pocket here. Look at that. He puts that ball on the money. That's 6 points, baby. Let's watch it from this angle. So you can see how Rudolph navigated the pocket very well. Going through progressions, came back to the right. Did you see that? And this is for everybody who thinks that Rudolph is trash. Listen, I can't tell you who you should like, but I look at things like this. Poise in the pocket. Just watch him. Going through his progressions, you can see him turning his head. He looked in the middle, looked to the right, looked back to the left, came back to the right, right here, found the matchup, let it fly. We've been asking for Rudolph. We've been asking for this guy to let it fly. And look, you got your man. You just got to put it on him. Put it on him. That's 6 points. 6 points. Another missed opportunity, man. 2nd and 13 with 36 seconds left. Let's look at that one. Let's find that one. Well, this isn't a missed opportunity, but this is the Hilton interception. Then I'm going to show you what happened after that. Now, this is beautiful stuff, man. Let's break this down really quick. Looks like we're running a cover 3. Some people would say, how do I know that? Let me show you. What I would be looking at, guys, is I'm looking at what the outside corners are doing, number one. You want to pay attention to who ends up in the middle of the field, and then you want to look at your guys underneath, right? These guys are pretty much covering like a curl to flat type of area right in here. Both of these guys should pretty much be doing that. These guys are pretty much your middle read type of guys. They're looking for anything crossing. The corners are going to play deep thirds. May convert this into man depending on how we are implementing certain rules in the cover 3. But if these guys go vertical, you go vertical. You basically are going to stick with them, right? And you're just making sure you're not getting beat over the top. You got your safety back here in the middle that's playing center fielder between the hashes, right? So here it is. This was played perfectly by Mike Hilton. This is where he wants to be. This guy goes under and then the flats, play the flats. But reading Lamar Jackson, he gets more depth on his drop, right? Look at this. This was an excellent play by Mike Hilton. Now, I've been critical of him in coverage. Goes to the flat, but reading the quarterback, he realizes, let me drop back. Lamar Jackson tried to get cute and fit it in there. Picks it off. Outstanding. Outstanding. Let's look at it from this angle. Well, it doesn't really show us much. But again, Mike Hilton drops back in between these two guys. And bam. Perfect. But here comes the missed opportunity. Here comes the missed opportunity, guys. Let me show you. I believe it's right after this, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually it's not. I'm not going to show anything here. What basically happened after this, we couldn't convert. We had to kick a field goal. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem. In case you guys don't remember, let's see exactly what happened here. Let me get back to it. I want to see exactly what happened after that. After the interception. Yeah, we didn't do nothing with it, man. Didn't do nothing with it. From what I'm seeing, we ended up kicking a field goal there. So let's move on to the third quarter. We're almost done, guys. I'm just trying to give you guys something good to look at. 3rd and 8 on the Baltimore 52-yard line. Oh, excuse me, I'm reading the seconds. 3rd and 8 on the Baltimore 32-yard line. 5 minutes and 51 seconds left. Let's find that. This was a key situation here, too. Let me find it. 3rd and 8, Baltimore 32, 5 minutes, 51 seconds. Where art thou? Where art thou? There thou. All right, check this out. Game of inches. That's what I want to call this play. Game of inches. This was the play when Deontay Johnson was able to catch the ball and corral it. Fumbled it out of bounds, but he was able to corral it. You know, able to corral it, and then he fumbled it. So, keep the possession. And some of you guys are probably asking yourselves, what am I talking about? Game of inches. Let me show you. Let's back it up, because you're not going to really see it from this angle. But I'm going to show it to you in slow-mo. But you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. Excuse me. Mason, stop making that noise. As I'm screaming at my son, you guys probably heard me screaming his name. All right. All right, so you guys are probably saying, what am I talking about, game of inches? All right, let me show you. Let me show you. Check Juju Smith-Schuster out on Humphrey. Watch this. Wait. Let me point out another thing to you because some of you guys are probably don't see it. Clearly, this is a blitz, right? Look at how they are aligned. This is pretty much a zero. Zero blitz. You're going to get man on the back end. Hodges stood in there with poise, found the right guy. Look at how early he threw it. Ball is out. Deontay ain't even came out of his break. But let me show you something. Had he identified another matchup, now again, you know, I can't blame him in this situation, but look at this. This is a touchdown, folks. But I can't blame him. A blitz is coming in his face. What you gonna do? But this is a touchdown. Watch Juju flash across the screen. Check it out. He's gonna flash. Check it out. Come on, Hodges. Well, I blame myself right there. I went back too far. But slow motion. Check it out. Come on, Hut. All right, here it is. Watch Juju. He's going to flash. And he has a step on Humphrey. Look. Look at that, man. That is 6. But let me tell you something. There's no way Hodges is going to see that. You know why? Because he got Judon coming right in his face. Look at that. Who did Judon beat right there with the swim? Beat the Castro. He beat the Castro. Oh, no. Fowler. Judon beat Fowler right here. And Fowler kind of peeled off of him. Now he's trying to pick up this guy. You know, when you blitz more than you can block, that's what's going to happen. But he doesn't have time to turn and locate Juju. Made the right read here. But it just shows you, man, game of inches, split seconds. Juju, you put this on him right here, nobody's out here. That's 6. So just that close, man. That could have been a huge play. And one more miscellaneous play that I will show you guys, and it will be done. Let me find it. I believe it's in the 4th quarter. 5:22 left in the game. I believe it's in the 4th. Well, it might have been in the 3rd. Actually, it's in the 3rd. Let's go back to the 3rd. It's actually on this drive that we're looking at right here. Yeah, here it is. Miscellaneous play. Even though we did score on this drive, I want you to pay attention to something. Watch Johnny Holton here. Right, let's speed this up. We'll run it in slow-mo. Watch Holton. This was that wildcat look, and we ran the reverse. And man, look at how much. Look at it. Let me pause this. Look at this, man. His eyes probably got this wide. Look at it. Let's continue. Y'all see that? And some of you guys are hearing me holler at my son. Can't keep a 6-year-old unattended for long, man. But he's okay. He's all right. But look at this. If he just stays outside, he can set this up a little more. Stay outside. Stay outside, bruh. Look. Come on, Holton. I need you to see this. I need you to be able to set that up. You should know. If you stay outside, that might be 6 of them things. But like I said, we scored anyway. No harm, no foul. We scored on that drive. But you got to be able to see that. And, you know, this is the guy that's returning kicks for us right now, along with Switzer. So ask yourself, is that the reason why we're not getting a lot of, you know what I mean? But whatever, man. So let's see if the phone queue is working, guys. Again, I'm going to give you a heads up. If you cannot hear me on the phone, so when I come on, if you can't hear me saying anything, once you hear unmuted, just start talking. All right, so we'll test it with the first caller, area code 810, and I'm going to allow about 20 seconds to pass so you know I'm about to come to you. Again, if you do not hear me through your phone, when you hear the system say unmuted, just start talking. We will hear you in the stream. And everybody can hear you. I can hear you too. You're just unable to hear me. And hopefully Blog Talk has gotten it together. So let's try it. All right, let me wait about 10 seconds. And we'll see. Area code 810. Can you hear me?
How you doing? I don't know if you can hear me.
Nope.
But anyway, this is Dwayne, and you know me, I'm your blind friend. Man, listen, I don't care who quarterback, it don't even matter. I'm still down with Steeler Nation, okay? You need to know that. Now, guys, what we need to be doing, I mean, this is, we got to be careful what we ask for. Y'all been out there telling them out, y'all want to get rid of Ben? Look what happened. Look what happens look what happens. Ben goes down. Now you're calling for Tomlin to lose. You know, y'all want to fire him. Guys, you got to be careful you got to be careful what you're asking for. Got to be careful. Who's going to replace Tomlin? Who's going to replace Ben? Not just saying Mason and Hodges can't do it. I mean, you know, got to give them a little time. They're rookies. They're young cats. But, and another thing, I still think we're playing pretty good. I still think we're playing good. You know, even though we down in all kind of areas. We done lost, you know, Mr. Bad Feet. We done lost Mr. Le'Veon. We done lost all of them. And look how we playing. We just, if we can turn them those threes into six, those field goals into six, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. And I think that's about it. I think that's all we got. Yeah, that's about it. Love the show. And I will be back on. Take care.
Appreciate the call, man. And you guys can let me know, confirm in the chat that you were able to hear him. Somebody please confirm that. I believe you were able to hear him. But let's just make sure that before we move on to the next call. And if you guys were able to hear him, we're going to have to do it like that. All right. So apparently it's not working. They can't hear me for whatever reason. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This makes 4 shows now. I don't understand it, man. And, you know, I've been communicating with Blog Talk and they're talking about they're on it. But no. They definitely going to have to come up off some dollars because I'm paying for this service. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys, let's keep it rolling. We got more in the queue. Again, let me make this announcement again. If you're listening, you can't hear me on the phone for whatever reason. So when you hear unmuted, just start talking. Let's keep it short. Please keep it to about a minute or so because I can't even intervene. So don't make me mute you. Say what you have to say, and we will definitely reflect on it. And while I wait for you guys to hear that, because I'm sure there's a delay. Basically, I agree with what the caller just said, man. I mean, listen. If anybody thought the offense was going to be the same without Antonio Brown, I mean, you could argue the Le'Veon Bell point, but without Antonio Brown helping Juju out, drawing coverage and all of that, and Ben Roethlisberger going down, if you thought or if you expected the offense to still keep it moving, I didn't. I'm just very surprised to see how close we've actually kept these games. That's encouraging, even though the record doesn't say so, and I'll talk about that a little later. And I'm also going to get into the injuries, man. And actually, let's take one more call real quick. Then I'll get into the injury report, and then we'll go back to the calls. All right, so the next call is area code 224. Reminder, when you hear unmuted, just start talking. We all can hear you. All right, so let's wait about 10 seconds.
Yeah, this is James, and I was just calling because I know Sunday you were talking about give a good reason or give a fact why Tomlin should be fired. Well, I will say this before I continue on with my statement. I really do love Tomlin as a coach, and I think he's done a great job with the Steelers. But I think some of the facts, and it's been something that's been happening not just this last game, but just time management. Time management from Mike Tomlin has just really been bad, and we can obviously see it from this last game. Before the half, we had a timeout. He didn't use it. Of course, maybe we wouldn't have scored a touchdown, but you never know. That would have been an extra play that we could have gotten. And like I said, it's not just this last game, but time management has been really, really bad for Mike Tomlin, and I think that's something that he needs to work on. Obviously, just like in any other corporation, yes, we depend on wins, and we haven't been doing that the last two seasons. This season and last season, we didn't make the playoffs. So I think that's also something to consider. Obviously, like I said, I mean that's just one perspective and how people might be looking at it. Again, I don't think he should be fired because we don't have other options. I mean, who's out there for us to coach? But I could see how people can see that perspective. Steelers are all about winning Super Bowls. And I think that's how you grade a coach, especially if they're playing with an organization like the Steelers. Are they winning Super Bowls? Well, no, we didn't make the playoffs last year, and we don't know about this year. It's not looking good. But I just want to see your take about that perspective, and I really enjoy your show. Thanks.
Thanks for the call, guys. And again, for you guys who are listening and will get a chance to get on, keep it short, man. Try to keep it to about a minute because, like I said, I can't even respond back to you because you're unable to hear me on the phone. Listen, I appreciate the point. You know, I've been waiting for someone to actually give a reason, and then we can talk about it. So I respect that point of view. I think most of us would say that Tomlin's time management, yeah, you know, it hasn't been great at times, and somebody might have even been you, but I think a few of you guys reminded me that there was an issue in that game. I probably missed it during the game where a timeout could have been taken. But my only rebuttal, and this is not me rebutting for him, I'm just saying as an organization, my only rebuttal to that would be, is Tomlin's time management the reason why we're losing? I can't really say that. I can't say that for this last game, Seattle game, San Francisco. Might have aided in it at a certain situation, but we've had way more clearer chances to win the game other than the time management. So that's all I'm saying. Just kind of let's all debate it as a Steeler nation and see what makes sense, what doesn't. You know, if it's time for him to go, hey, I will embrace the next coach. But I just think some people are jumping the gun with firing someone who's been a winning coach. So that's all. All right, next up, area code 803. You know the routine. When it says unmuted, get to talking. Let's wait about 10 seconds.
Good evening. How are you doing this evening? Two questions I have tonight. One is about offensive coordinator Randy Fichtner. And one thing that would help him out, if he script his first 15 plays we were running, because we are running plays, we're getting terribly slow start to game. And look like from the first plays of every game, we're always trying to run that funky low offense. But if he scripts his 15 plays, does he watch his plays? Because it would be better if we could get into 2nd and 5, 2nd and 7s instead of 3rd and 10, 2nd and 10s. Secondly, has our running game scheme changed? I know with Le'Veon Bell, it was a lot of zone blocking in the past. Are we trying to power run with the offensive line, or is it still running a zone block with running backs who are not zone block running backs? Thank you so much.
Not a problem, man, and thank you for calling. I'm hoping this is working in the meantime. Again, just to bring some of you guys up to speed that might be new callers. The service that I'm using, Blog Talk Radio, to get the phone queue, for whatever reason, you guys can't hear me on the phone. I can hear you, but the relaying back to you guys is not working, and they haven't been able to give me an answer. So if I have to, I might have to move on to another format if I can find another system that works like this. But that's why I'm saying when you hear unmuted, just start talking. So it seems to be working relatively well. Great job with that tonight. But yeah, man, it looks like for the most part we're still running a lot of power. When we're in heavy sets, you know, we're doing some off tackle type of things. We're pulling, but in my opinion, I think you need to be running these things with Rosie Nix in the game when Rosie Nix is healthy. You know, the runs that we're trying to do from the single back, I think it's too predictable on our part. You know, I think people have the beat on the Steelers offense when it comes to that. I mean, if you guys watched the game last night, look at how San Francisco, the type of things they run out of certain formations and run off of jet motion, and it's a lot of trickery. A lot of them plays look like it's going to be a pass or something, and it's a straight handoff. It's a straight dive up the middle, or it's a, you know, it's a crack block, or somebody, you know, doing like a split zone or something like that. Like even the play that guy Breeder scored the 80-something yard touchdown on, it looked like it was going to go to the right, and it was just one little peel back block. You know, I can't remember which one of their guys, you know, kind of pulled and came to the left, and that hole opened up and bam. We're not doing enough of that. We're not doing enough of disguising what we're wanting to do with formation and motion and things of that nature. So those are my quick thoughts. And my apologies if I forgot the second part of what you said. I do apologize. So next up, guys, area code 334. And again, keep it short. Keep it short. We're going to wait 10 seconds, and when you hear unmuted, come on in.
What's up, big boy? You hear me? I don't know if I'm online or not, man, because I can't hear the show talk. I can hear someone get online and talk, but I cannot hear anyone like you speaking. It's like it's a lag or something going on. But anyway, let me go ahead and read this real quick. Right. We have a pretty good team, man. We have a Super Bowl caliber team. I talked to you earlier this year about the three quarterbacks that we draft. You let one go, one is hurt for the season, and you brought one back. That kid is special. That kid is special. Don't you know that kid didn't even get any reps for the first 2 weeks since he bent back with the team and came out that far darts? And we put it in our number one receiver hands, and he dropped the ball, and y'all saying that Tomlin got the goal? You ain't looking at it right. You're not analyzing it right. Tomlin do not run that team. Tomlin do not run that team. Tomlin is our players' coach. He know how to react with the players and get the players going and playing properly. The rest is up to the offensive coordinators and the defensive coordinators. Offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. If you cannot run the proper offense on RPOs, we cannot use Wildcat. It's only good for one little hot game, okay? You should have took that out of your playbook. The RPO would really work with his team. It would really work with his team if the coach called the right play at the right time. Start the game out with RPO up the middle, dive up the middle, and I guarantee we will move the ball. And that's all I have to say.
Man, I appreciate the call, man. And it looks like you've become a fan favorite I hope you're able to hear this online. Like you said, you're unable to hear it over the phone, and I know, man, it's really ticking me off. You know, this again, guys, this is a service I'm paying for, and we all know it worked properly, right? We all know that, and obviously, when you do the little online help, it's saying, "Oh, reconnect your information and restart your browser." Listen, I've done all that, but this was working properly, so clearly there's an issue on their end. They need to get it resolved. If they don't, if any of you guys know any other methods like this, and let me explain to you guys what I'm looking for, because Skype isn't it, Google Hangouts isn't it. I need a service that has a phone queue. I can queue up the calls. I can bring the callers in. There's a phone number that they can call in. That's why I went with Blog Talk Radio, because I used to be a part of an old podcast back in the day with somebody else that used it. It dawned on me that I could use it for this, and we've been having a great time, right? But for whatever reason, in this last week, there's an issue here. So I'm going to keep fighting with them, and if they can't resolve this, I'm going to have to try to find somewhere else to go. But if anybody knows, let me know. But again, it's not Skype and it's not Google Hangout. Those ideas don't work. But yeah, man, the caller, I love that guy, man. He's hilarious. Again, man, people are requesting you to call every week. So we enjoyed that bit. You know, I love the energy. I love the voice. I love the inflection. I love everything that comes along with it. But yeah, it's one of those things, man. You said a lot there, but I will tackle this. We just got to stop being so basic on offense. We see what we're able to do when we open it up a little bit. And yes, I do agree. I think what you were saying is we like Mason Rudolph. We like Duck Hodges. I think these guys might have a bright future. I think Mason definitely has a bright future. I got to see a little more out of Duck. We definitely going to see this week, right? If Mason doesn't play. But listen, I'm willing and ready to just sit back and watch these young guys grow this season. If something miraculous happens, great. But I'm not expecting anything. I just want to see the team grow, continue to gel, see the defense continue to gel. Because a lot of these people will be back. Most of these guys are under contract. So, there you have it. All right, so we're going to take 2 more calls. Only 2 more calls. We're going to get area code 404 first and then 931. That'll be it for tonight because I want to leave some room to answer the chat and go over the injury report. And like I said, I got my 6-year-old upstairs, man, so surprised he's been quiet long enough here, so you know, family first. But all right, area code 404. Again, I can hear you, but you can't hear me on the phone. So when you hear unmuted, just start talking. Keep it short, please. A minute or so is preferable, but try to keep it as short as possible. All right, we're gonna wait 10 seconds and then we'll bring you in.
Thank you for taking my call, Sim. Steeler Nation, relax. Check out everybody's record. NFC, AFC. Right now, is nasty. So what we got to do is get behind Duck and twirl our towel. Because the season is not over. This is like 2004. We still going to the Super Bowl. That boy got an arm. I guarantee. And you see how it was coming out. On the laser. He don't throw for 15,000 yards for no reason. Thank you for taking my call, Sim.
No doubt, man. I appreciate the call. some of the viewers in here getting on you. They said, K-Smooth, you crazy. It sounded like it though. But yeah, I love the passion, man. Listen, I love the passion. I really do, because that's how I am. It's hard for me to see it, even though I'm still, that's why I said I'm going to be here, man, even if what we got? We won it. If we end up 1-15, I'm right here. It's still my boys. I eat that, and I'll be right back ready for the next season. But I just can't be super optimistic just looking at where we are. It's so much to overcome. Whew, I don't know, but you guys understand my point when I get into this injury report. Last call of the night, man. Area code 931. Please keep it short for me. We're going to wait 10 seconds and we're going to bring you in.
Yo, Sim, what it do, man? It's the boy Roughhouse Boxing TV, man. Hey, appreciate you taking my call, man. Hey, I just want to say real quick, ride or die is Steeler Nation till the day after the last day. That's what it is, man. And I would hope that everybody that's listening will have the same and a like mind. Let's stay down for the crown. You know what I'm saying? Keep our eyes on the prize, and we're going to root for our boys, you know what I'm saying, regardless. Rain, sleet, or snow, win or lose, man. That being said, I do want to say that I am a realist. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody wants to be like super optimistic and all of that, man, but I'm going to give it to you like God gave it to Moses, man, and let y'all know how the TI is. Right now, man, our boys are in a hole, and it's like they rollerblading uphill in a blizzard. You know what I'm saying? But I am comfortable and impressed with the boy Duck Hodges. You know, ever since I saw him in the preseason, man, there was something about the way he moved the offense, the way he was able to dictate, you know, the pocket, his pocket presence, his ability to see down the field and see the open target, man. I was impressed. Now, granted, he was playing against the water boy, you know what I'm saying, the peanut vendor and the soda pop seller, but I mean, still, I think he's got something that we can build on, man. The defense is balling. All it's going to take is more gelling, more communication. I'm worried that the injury bug is hitting us, but, you know, however it goes, man, we're going to ride with the boys, man. Hey, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the homie Sim. If y'all ain't subscribed to him right now, you're slipping on your pimping. And y'all already know what it is. I am that boy Box. This is Rough House Boxing TV, and y'all make sure y'all stop by the house. Just remember to wipe your feet and close the door behind you. And I'm out.
Man, Rough House Boxing, I always appreciate you, man, dropping the metaphors on us. And yeah, go check him out, guys. If you're into boxing, you know, he knows that I'm a super passionate boxing fan as well, man. I'll be interested, you know, that I don't think I did, but I'm interested to hear your take on the Porter Spence fight. But yeah, you know, actually, I'll just come to the channel, man. Maybe you put up a video in regards to that. But yeah, man, we just got to sit back and watch, you know, and our defense is coming along. At this point, man, you got to throw your expectations in the trash, man. Let's be realistic. Like I said, if by chance it happens to where, you know, the offense is able to click and who knows, they go on a run, hey, great. I'll be here talking about, hey, I never expected that, because I don't expect that. But I'm still here. I'm still here just watching, because, again, there's going to be more seasons, even if this ain't the one. So, yeah, definitely appreciate you coming through, dropping that info on us. And real quick, man, before I get into the injury report, I got to pick with father-in-law Leonard really quick. I see Kenyon has already responded to him. But let me tell you guys how my father-in-law do sometimes. And this is nothing to be ashamed of or anything like that, because most people do this. But he's very results driven. Meaning, let me give you an example. If you're watching the game in the very first play, let's say the Steelers give up a 5-yard run. In his eyes, the defense sucks. They suck. The whole game is down the tubes now, because why are they giving up 5 yards? And I'm like, it's an NFL team. We're not going to hold a team to negative yards forever. That ain't going to happen. We're not going to keep people from scoring. You're going to get some of that. But they're professionals too. But that's just a light example. But I see that he's talking about Shanahan's offense, and he texted me last night, said, do you see this Shanahan offense? Well, I got 2 replies to that. We saw it in person, right? We saw it in person, and we did a relatively good job against the Niners. Could have won that game, right? Yeah, they scored, 4 more points than us and in the 20s, but we didn't look like Cleveland looked. And arguably, people could say that the Cleveland's defense has looked better than us or had been playing better than we had. And I want to remind people that, again, our record doesn't show it, but we are a better team than the record shows, even with the struggling offense. Because look at how, and you can't always compare this. I'll be the first one to say any given Sunday. But look at how close we played some of these teams. We were in the position to win the Niner game, the Seahawks game, and definitely the Ravens game. Look at our margin of defeat over the last 3 games. It's 9 points, I believe, as a total. And then, like Kenya said, that's the same offense that blew the Super Bowl against the Patriots. I'm just saying, you can't always look at what's working for one team and say, see, we should be able to do that. No, it doesn't work like that. It's philosophy, it's personnel, and all of the above. Now, the argument could be, should we bring in somebody like that? Yeah, I would be in favor of a Shanahan type of offense with all of those the deceiving things to the eye. I would love it. Should we bring a guy like McVay in to be the OC? Not him. I'm just saying a guy like that. Somebody who has, more of the, the more visionary type of guy. Even Andy Reid's type of style. Even the red hot Lincoln Riley. What they're saying, what he's done with these quarterbacks. And one guy mentioned RPO. Sure. But I'm just saying, I know what we have right now. So it doesn't make sense for me to say we should be doing that when we know who our OC is, who our D coordinator is, and who currently the head coach is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no need for me to argue certain things when I know it's not going to change but so much because of the philosophy currently. Now, if we decide to go elsewhere and get another OC, get another DC, hey, get another head coach, then I would say, all right, this is what I want to see. Y'all understand what I'm trying to say? All right. So let's get to the injury report, man. I'm going to be really quick with that. I'm probably going to go a touch over the hour, but I'm going to try to be as fast as possible. I hate not missing my mark, or not hitting my mark, rather. So the injury report, man, and it's a bad one. Rudolph, obviously, we know he's in the concussion protocol. They said he was in the building yesterday. Says he's doing okay, but, he's going to have to pass a lot of tests. I wouldn't expect him to be playing, in this upcoming game. And I'm not going to be able to get to my keys to victory tonight. I promise. I will definitely do a pregame show. You can book it, okay? It's probably going to be Saturday. Saturday probably works, maybe Friday, but it will get done before the game this week, so we'll talk about keys to victory. James Washington has a shoulder, and like Tomlin always says, we'll let his participation be the guide. Barron with the hamstring. We'll see what happens there. Nelson with a groin. Yeah, Steven Nelson. But Tomlin didn't seem to be too worried about that. So that might be semi-minor. But that's not good. That's not good considering these weapons that we're about to go up against with the Chargers. Okay? And like I said, I can't go into it tonight because of the time. But, yeah, there's some things we're going to have to do differently against them, particularly when they go empty. Cannot defend it the way we did last year. However, and Kenya pointed this out as well, and I've seen it on the All-22, we did a better job with defending empty set in this past game. Much better job. But we'll talk about that later. And then Samuels, man, this one popped up. Nobody knew about it. Tomlin said that Jalen Samuels got his knee scoped. And being that it was just a scope, it sounds like it was something minor, some cleanup work, but he's going to be out about a month. That's what they're expecting. This is huge. This is huge. You want to talk about the current state of the team. Now, Benny Snell is going to have to be the second guy. Some of you guys are high on him. Some of you guys are not. You know what else it does? It takes that Wildcat out of there. Definitely takes the Wildcat away. That could be good or bad. It worked 1 week. Didn't work against the Ravens, but maybe you want to use it again against another team. that probably takes that away. I don't know if I want James Conner handling those duties. I don't know if they're going to let somebody like Deontay Johnson or a receiver do it. And it makes, what we can do get smaller and smaller. I don't like that. And it's probably going to be Duck Hodges. So realistically, we're looking at going on the road against the Chargers, which they don't look like world beaters this year. But we're going in their house with a third-string quarterback and Paxton Lynch more than likely the backup. Down Jalen Samuels. Could be down Washington. Which means Moncrief would have to play. Listen, man. Being optimistic is one thing, but being realistic is an even better thing. Yikes. So that's about all I got, man. Until we do the pregame show. And like I said, I'm going to try to hit my mark, let's say by Saturday. I'd rather not do it Sunday before the game. Let's say Saturday. Hopefully I can get to it on Friday. But I promise you guys I'm going to do that. And even if it's not a live stream, it will be, pre-recorded. Just me giving my information, and then, you guys can still see it that way. But I'll try to make it a live stream because I'm sure you guys enjoy that much more than the pre-recorded. But all right, man, let's get into a few of the chats here. Just a few. We are a minute past our time, but let's stay here for about 3 minutes and see what you guys got. K Smooth says Derwin James in the back end. No, I think James is out. If I'm not mistaken, Derwin James is out for the season, I think. Yeah, he's been out. He hasn't played. Unless I've been under a rock, but I'm pretty sure Derwin James went down early. Levante Mahoney says we should sign Kaepernick. What more do we have to lose? That ship has sailed, man. As sad as it is, and it sucks for me to say this, but I don't think any team is taking on that media circus at this point. That's the reality of it. Debbie says, when Duck became backup, Rel, she's answering Rel. Paxton Lynch, when did we Yeah, we signed him, Rel Facts, to the practice squad. He was just chilling on the practice squad, but now he's going to be active if Mason Rudolph is down, which I expect him to be. I expect him to be down. Smitty says, Devlin Hodges actually ran the air raid offense like Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. Expect them to be a lot more timing routes. Yeah. You know what, Smitty? And I'm sure I believe you were here when I showed the footage. That route to Deontay Johnson when he caught it and fumbled out of bounds, that was clearly a timing route against the zero coverage. The blitz was coming. That was your hot downfield. Threw the ball before Johnson even came out of the break. So that cosigns your point right there. The Mexican Chicken, love that name, man. He says, what's your thoughts on rumors of the Redskins targeting Mike Tomlin? Yeah, I meant to hit that. I'll hit that really quick. It's a rumor. I mean, even if it's true, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if there's several teams saying, oh yeah, is there any smoke that the fact that Tomlin might be fired? I'm telling you, people will be lined up at the door. The man will have a job very quickly. Would not surprise me that the Redskins or others are saying that, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, again, it's going to require Tomlin to be fired. I don't think Tomlin gets fired. I'm going to be honest with you. This is just my opinion, and we can get into this later. If he go 1-15 after the way this season has started, I still don't think he's fired. Like it or not, the Ben Roethlisberger injury, yeah, that is going to save his job, so to speak, at least in my opinion. And I don't think his job is in jeopardy. Again, if you know the Steelers' history, they don't have a history of firing coaches. Mike Tomlin has been the winningest coach for the Steelers, even though, obviously, Chuck Noll has 4 rings. Tomlin has the highest win percentage. He has yet to have a losing season. Most head coaches get a losing season under their belt. John Harbaugh went 5-11 with the Ravens just a couple years ago. Didn't get fired. This is all I'm saying. The fact that they extended Tomlin's contract, where he has this year and 2 more, if anything, they just won't renew. Those are my quick thoughts. And I don't have no way of knowing. Anything could happen. I'm just saying. If you look at the history of how they do business, that's probably what's going to happen if they want to depart from him. Why Diggins says, I don't want to beat up on Juju, but I think he needs to know the situation and not try to do too much and protect the ball first and foremost. But Marlon made a fantastic play. Yeah, let me comment on that real quick. I don't actually think Juju tried to do too much. I think he did get caught up in recency bias. He knew what happened early in the game and he was able to shrug him off and score. So I'm pretty sure he thought, I'm going to do the same thing here. Marlon connected this time. And there it is. I honestly don't think Juju was trying to do too much. I think that's exactly what happened. He remembered what happened early in the game, tried to do the same move, and Humphrey got to the ball before he could make his move. And there you have it. And all that nonsense, man, that I'm seeing from Steelers fans talking about, oh, it's because he's not focused, he's playing Fortnite. Shut up. Shut up. What do you do after your job is over? You do worse than that. So he wasn't focused just on that one play because he was thinking about Fortnite. Shut up. Come on, man. It's just stupid when some people, whatever. And I generally respect people's opinions, but that one is dumb. I'm sorry. Call me what you want to call me. Let's see what else. 2 or 3 more, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all keep stretching me past an hour. I blame y'all and I blame me. A couple more. Oh yeah, people saying it. Go through the internet enough, you'll see it. People are saying it. He's not focused. Remember they were saying it earlier. Remember they were saying it after the Saints game. Cut Moncrief and get our 3rd round pick back. Okay. Would that happen if we cut him though? I think so. If we cut him by a certain time, right? I think you're right about that. If we cut him before maybe the trade deadline or something like that, I think you're right. But the fact that Washington might be banged up and based on the depth, that might not happen. Yes, it would happen by week 10. Okay. Got you. Yeah, I think I did hear that. Thanks, Debbie. And thanks, Steeler Cards as well. All right, one more, guys. One more after Real Facts. He said what they waiting for. Give me one more and then I'm going to get out of here. Do you sign Jay Ajayi or bring Edmonds up? That's a good question. This point of the season, I think they're just going to bring up Edmonds. I think that's probably what's going to happen. They kind of liked Edmonds, and the reason why they kind of got him on the practice squad. So I think that's the natural progression right there. They're going to bring him up. He's already there. I'm not sure if the Steelers are looking at to spend any money unless it's somewhere that we really, really, really need. So that's probably what's going to happen. You bring Edmonds up, or maybe you might even go after one of those other guys that got cut in the offseason before signing a guy like Ajayi. That's just my thoughts. But all right, that's going to do it, guys. Let's get out of here. And actually, I will read this last one. He says, Juju actually mistimed how close Humphrey was to reach back for the ball, and the closing speed of Marlon was just it. The team will continue to grow. I believe Coach Drake Def had an impact. I'm not going to go there, man. I'm not going to go there. Only reason why I say I'm not going to go there, and I'm not agreeing with you. I'm just saying the team has been playing hard. This team doesn't look lost. If we were losing like we lost to New England every week, then I would say, man, something's wrong. They don't even look like they. But that ain't the case. This team look like they're trying to win, especially the defense. So I'm not going to say that anything like that is impacting their play because I'm not seeing bad play per se. Not throughout the whole game. The offense, But what you might be saying is, and maybe I took that wrong, you might be saying the death of Drake had an impact on the receivers. That might be what you're saying. So if I took that out of context, my bad. But yeah, you might very well be right with that. So, but all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. I will catch you guys on either Friday or Saturday. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I can't commit to the day yet, but I will get it done. All right, I definitely will get it done. We'll come back and we'll take a look at, a plan for the Chargers and what we think we have to do and if we think we have a shot. And that'll be a very short show. You know, even if I do it live, it'll be relatively short. But all right, man, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Definitely do that so you can be a part of the family, man. Welcome to the home team. Hit the like button. Y'all have been doing a great job with that, but I'm going to keep asking. Hit the like button. Share the stream. If you're on social media, share it. If you know other Steelers fans, share it. You know, I need you guys to help me grow. Help me or help you, help me, whatever, however you say it. But we'll do this together. All right, and then last but not least, if you want to donate, it's always appreciative, always welcome, never required. If you want to do so, you can click the $ down in the bottom of the chat. That'll be via YouTube. If you prefer other means, and I saw Lanisha Hayes in here earlier, I want to give you a special shout out because you were one of the people who sent me a donation using another option. She used PayPal. So if you guys prefer PayPal or Cash App, whichever one that suits you, floats your boat, that information is in the description right at the top. So if you want to do so, I thank you in advance, but you don't have to. All right? It's never required. Always appreciated. Until next time, man, I'll catch you guys later. Be safe. God bless. Keep the faith. And just ride with the team, man. Wherever we're going to go. Whether we're going for the long ride or we're going for the short ride. Just ride with the boys, man. Be a real fan. Don't be fair weather. Don't do that. Until next time, man, I'll catch you guys later. And I thank you for tuning in to Terrible Towel Tuesday. Peace.